The two sisters worked day and night to save enough money for an apartment. They believed a better life was finally starting, but the place they bought was hiding something terrifying. Soon after moving in, Juhi started losing her mind because of the non-stop noise from upstairs. To block it out, she stuck sponge pads across the ceiling. But right before she finished, the loud banging started again. Annoyed, she grabbed her camcorder to record the sound. She wanted proof before confronting the neighbors upstairs. Then suddenly, a strange, scraping noise came from the balcony. At the same moment, the phone rang. Juhi casually placed the camcorder on the table, facing the balcony before answering the call. But nobody spoke. Seconds later, a heavy crash exploded upstairs. The lights instantly shut off. Juhi froze in confusion. Then the power came back like nothing happened. The noise upstairs still would not stop. Furious, she finally decided to go upstairs and argue with him herself. But she did not know a shadowy woman was standing outside on the balcony. That creepy scraping sound returned once again. And after that, Juhi vanished. For days later, her company realized she never showed up for work. The police were contacted, and they quickly informed her sister, Ju-young. Because of constant overtime, Ju-young had been living in the company dorm and had barely spoken with her sister lately. When she finally returned home, she noticed a warning note stuck to the door telling them to stop making noise. The moment she stepped inside, she was shocked. The living room was a disaster. Her sister's bedroom looked completely destroyed. Angry and worried, Ju-young immediately called her sister. But the phone was turned off. She remembered how Juhi constantly complained about strange sound from upstairs. But since Ju-young had hearing problems and needed a hearing aid, she never understood what her sister was going through. She even told Juhi they should just accept the apartment since they already bought it. That answer left Juhi speechless. Now, Ju-young started thinking the strange noise might be connected to her sister's disappearance. She visited Juhi's workplace and spoke with her closest co-worker, Ki-hoon. Ki-hoon explained that every time Juhi called him, she kept asking if he could hear weird sound in the background. But he never heard anything. Later, Ju-young returned home and found her sister's phone inside the apartment. That immediately felt wrong. Juhi always carried her phone everywhere. She would never leave it behind. Ju-young plugged it into charge, hoping it might contain clues. While reaching down to grab the charging cable, she suddenly noticed a huge mold stain spreading across the floor. Before she could think about it, someone knocked on the door. After asking who it was, she learned it was the man living downstairs in apartment 504. He came to complain about the noise. Ju-young explained nobody had even been home for days, so the sound could not be coming from them. But the man refused to believe her. His expression turned cold. Then he threatened to rip her mouth apart if the noise continued. After he walked away, Ju-young suddenly noticed a woman with long hair standing still at the end of the hallway. The sight terrified her. She quickly slammed the door shut. Once the phone finished charging, Ju-young tried unlocking it, but she did not know the password. The next day, she visited the security office and asked the guard if he had seen her sister recently. The guard explained that Juhi once came to complain about the upstairs noise, but he had not seen her in a long time, when a woman suddenly rushed over. She reported a terrible smell coming from the basement and begged him to check it out. The moment the guard opened the basement door, a disgusting stench burst out. He explained that 10 years earlier, careless residents started throwing trash down there. Over time, the garbage piled higher and higher until the basement became a complete disaster. To stop people, the guard locked the basement entrance. But some residents still tossed garbage inside through the window because it was easier. Cleaning the place would cost an insane amount of money. Since nobody wanted to pay for it, the mess stayed there untouched. A few days later, Ju-young quit her job and moved back into the apartment. She wanted more time to search for her missing sister. That same day was also her birthday. As she stared at the table filled with kimchi, memories of Juhi came rushing back. Every year, Juhi made tons of kimchi because she knew her sister loved it. But this year she was gone. Then suddenly, Ju-young thought of something. She tried using her birthday as the password for Juhi's phone. To her shock, it worked. Inside the phone were many audio recordings. She opened one at random. Only 2 seconds later, a loud crashing sound exploded in her ears. Because she was wearing her hearing aid, she could not tell if the noise came from upstairs or from the recording itself. Later, she sat in the bedroom and kept listening. She heard Joo-hee desperately complaining about the non-stop sounds. Only then did Joo-young realize how badly her sister had been suffering. Then another voice appeared in the recordings. It sounded like someone else was there with her, but the words were impossible to understand. Joo-young suddenly felt like somebody was standing right beside her. She quickly looked around the room. Nobody was there. Then she heard what sounded exactly like Joo-hee whispering near her ear. Terrified, she threw the phone away. Not long after, the doorbell rang again. This time, Joo-young clearly heard her sister's voice outside the door. The same sentence repeated again and again. Something felt horribly wrong. Instead of opening the door, she looked through the peephole. The figure outside had completely dark eyes. It was not Joo-hee. Then a strange, grinding noise returned. A sharp screech filled the apartment. The sound tortured Joo-young until she collapsed onto the floor. And suddenly, she woke up. But she could not tell if everything was real or just a nightmare. Soon after, Ki-hoon visited her apartment. During their talk, Joo-young learned a shocking truth. Ki-hoon and Joo-hee had secretly been dating for 6 months. He had not been able to contact her for days, so he came looking for answers. The two later visited the local district office together. There, an official revealed something disturbing. Months earlier, the woman living in apartment 604 had also complained about strange noises. She even claimed she was seeing ghosts. A few days later, a terrible smell came from her apartment. When people finally checked inside, they discovered she had hanged herself. Hearing this made Joo-young feel sick. She imagined herself eating meals in that apartment while knowing a dead body once hung there. The thought sent chills through her entire body. After leaving the office, Ki-hoon returned home with Joo-young. This time, another large warning note was attached to the door, telling them once again to stay quiet. Soon after, Ki-hoon started making missing person flyers for Joo-hee. At the same time, Joo-young received a call from the police asking if she had discovered anything new. She quickly reported Jung-sim's threats and insisted he was connected to her sister's disappearance. But the police said they had no evidence against him. Without proof, they could not arrest him. The officers also revealed something strange. There was a security camera near the apartment building. After checking the footage, they confirmed Joo-hee never left the building at all. Joo-young became certain of one thing. Her sister's phone and wallet were still inside the apartment, and the cameras showed she never went outside. That meant she had to be somewhere inside the building. The doorbell rang again. This time it was Jung-sim. Ki-hoon stepped forward fast and faced him. Joo-young stayed hidden, watching everything. Ki-hoon opened the door. Jung-sim saw a man and instantly changed his tone, but his eyes kept scanning inside. He already knew someone else was there. He calmly told them to keep quiet. No fight, no more words. Then he turned and walked away. At his door in 504, something snapped in him. He pulled out a hidden knife. His face looked broken, like the noise had pushed him past his limit. Days passed. Joo-young kept putting up missing posters of her sister everywhere. While doing that, she noticed a young boy staring at the basement window for too long. She felt strange and crouched down to look too. The boy suddenly stood up and left. Joo-young took out her flashlight and checked closer. Then someone appeared behind her. Jong-in from 804. She warned Joo-young sharply, "Stop spreading missing posters in the complex." She said a redevelopment vote was coming. The residents' leader would never allow bad rumors. If news spread, the deal could collapse. Property prices would crash. Back at home, Joo-young stared at her sister's missing poster in silence. Then suddenly, click, the door unlocked. Joo-young froze. Joo-hee stood there, alive. Joo-young ran and hugged her. But Joo-hee pushed her away hard and walked straight into the bedroom. Joo-young followed quickly and asked where she had been. The room was empty. No one there. A trick. Another nightmare. She stepped out to get water. Calm herself down. Then she saw something on the balcony. A dark shape. She panicked and tried to run. At that exact moment, Jung-sim appeared at the door, trying the lock code again and again. The balcony shadow was gone now. Joo-young grabbed a kitchen knife and walked out slowly. Nothing was there. She checked the peephole. Jung Sim had already left. She finally exhaled, but Jung Sim had completely lost it. He ran through the floors, searching for the source of the noise. He shouted in the hallway, angry and unstable. Then he stopped. Someone was watching him from above the doorframe corner. A motion light flicked on. He looked up. He panicked and ran, but he smashed through glass. He fell, dead. Next morning, police sirens filled the area. Ju Young rushed downstairs. It was Jung Sim's body. An officer she knew stood nearby. She quickly said he was from 504. She begged them to search his home for her sister. But the police shook their heads. They already checked. Nothing. No sign of anyone. They thought she was stressed and imagining things. They warned her to stop making false claims. Then the residence committee leader arrived. She told Ju Young to stop causing trouble. She said she was damaging the community's image. Then she added something chilling. Apartment 604 was cursed. Everyone connected to it went crazy. Even neighbors were affected. Confused, Ju Young went to 804 to meet Jong-in. A child ran past them. Jong-in said it was her daughter, just being playful. Then she explained the past. The woman in 704 always blamed others for noise. So she hit her ceiling with a frying pan to fight back. But the noise reached 604. The man there snapped. He stormed into 704 and attacked her with a hammer. When he realized what he did, he ran away. But the woman wasn't dead yet. In her final moments, she kept banging walls and floors, begging for help. A strange grinding sound came from her teeth. The neighbors ignored it. They thought it was just more noise. When she finally died, everyone stayed silent. They feared the redevelopment would fail if the truth came out. After that, the man from 604 disappeared. No one knew where he went. Jong-in added something worse. 704 has been empty ever since that death. No one lives there. Ju Young froze. If it was empty, then who was making the noise? She rushed home. Another note was stuck on her door, but this time it was blank. She ripped it off. Then she saw something worse. Blood words carved into the door. Go to hell. Next day, she kept posting missing flyers. A redevelopment meeting was happening in the complex. The committee head acted polite and offered condolences for Jung Sim. But Ju Young saw her sister's flyer crushed under someone's shoe. Something inside her snapped. She grabbed the microphone. She shouted that her sister vanished inside this place. She didn't care about redevelopment anymore. She only wanted answers. The chairman tried to shut her down. They argued loudly. Residents pulled them apart. But Ju Young didn't stop. She said her sister was hidden somewhere in the complex. Ki-hoon arrived and pulled her aside. He said something important. The man from 604 never appeared, leaving on any security camera. So he might still be inside the building. That changed everything. Ju Young thought of the basement. No one ever searched it properly. The smell was too bad. They went down together. They split up and searched through piles of garbage. Ki-hoon recorded everything with his camcorder. Then suddenly, he saw a shadow in the corner. Ki-hoon forced himself to stay calm. He pulled out his phone and checked again. The body on the floor, it was the man from 604. He stepped closer, trying to see if the man was still alive. Then, a sharp, painful sound exploded in his ears. Before he could react, the man's head suddenly rolled straight to Ki-hoon's feet. At the same time, Ju Young came back after searching the area. She couldn't find Ki-hoon anywhere. When she finally spotted him, something felt wrong. He looked strange. She moved closer to check, but a sudden ear-splitting scream hit her hard. She stumbled back in shock. In the next second, Ki-hoon's body jerked violently. Then he lunged at her. He slammed her to the ground. No matter how many times she shouted his name, he didn't respond. His eyes were empty and violent, like he wasn't himself anymore. Possessed, Ju Young grabbed a rock nearby and smashed it into his head. That gave her just enough time to run. She climbed up a ladder fast, but Ki-hoon grabbed her legs and pulled her back down. Right then, the head of the residence committee appeared out of nowhere. She pulled Ju Young to safety. Later, Ju Young woke up in the property office. Her wounds were bandaged. She was shocked to learn the committee head had saved her life. The woman said she just happened to pass by the basement and found her there. She also said police were already called to check the basement. Ju-young slowly started talking with her. Her suspicion began to fade for a moment. Then she said something important. In the whole complex, she had only seen 2 kids. One was the committee head's son. The other was Jong-in's daughter from 804. The committee head frowned. She denied it. She said that wasn't possible. Ju-young froze, because she clearly remembered that little girl inside Jong-in's home. Something was not right. Then her phone rang. It was the police. She rushed to the basement entrance. But what she heard shocked her. Ki-hoon was already dead. She told the police everything. About the hidden iron door she once saw in the basement. She said her sister could be trapped behind it. But the police shook their heads. They already searched. No iron door. Nothing hidden. They told her she was under extreme stress. Maybe her mind was breaking from trauma. And they warned her not to enter the basement again. But Ju-young couldn't stop. She went back inside alone. Deep in the basement, she found something shocking. Her sister's camcorder. She played the footage. Ju-hee was seen entering apartment 804. Inside, strange noises are coming. It proved something terrible. The noise was being created by Jong-in. The video got worse. Jong-in was seen acting strange, using her mother's voice, speaking to someone unseen. But no one else was visible in the room. Only her. Ju-hee realized it too late. Jong-in was extremely dangerous. There was no time left. Jong-in attacked her. She shoved Ju-hee down and smashed a cup in her head. Now everything became clear to Ju-young. Jong-in was behind it all. She followed a faint sound deeper inside. And there, she found her sister, barely alive, hiding in a corner. Ju-young lifted her immediately. But Jong-in was already waiting at the exit, smiling, hammer in hand. Ju-young slammed the iron door shut and changed direction. She tried to escape another way, but there was no exit. She hit her sister and stepped forward alone. She had no choice. Jong-in finally revealed the truth. She admitted she killed the woman from 704. That woman used to complain about her daughter's noise. So Jong-in let her daughter go downstairs to play. But a delivery truck accident killed the child. And Jong-in blamed the woman for everything. Now she walked toward Ju-young with the hammer raised. Ju-young ran and hit again. The strange grinding noise returned. The piercing sound came back too. It was unbearable. Ju-young ripped off her hearing aid. Everything went silent. But in that silence, Jong-in suddenly appeared right in front of her. A hammer door hit her back. She collapsed hard. Jong-in climbed on top of her, ready to finish it. But the grinding sound returned again. That moment was enough. Ju-young escaped. She rushed to shut the door. But Jong-in ran after her, suddenly begging for her life. Ju-young saw the eyes of the woman from 704 in her mind. Fear froze her completely. She shut the iron door. On the other side, Jong-in screamed and pounded the door, just like the woman from 704 once did. Ju-young finally walked out of the basement, carrying her sister. Days later, a new tenant moved into 704. She came to visit with gifts. She smiled and said she would be careful not to make noise. And that is the story of the 2025 Korean horror film Noise.